We're on the ground in the UAE, a country that is proactively investing in artificial intelligence and wants it to contribute a significant share of its economy in the years ahead. That's a much deeper story, and we won't go into that today, but it's been an enormous 24 hours for all things AI. I don't have my hat on, I don't have my 50 plus on, which is not ideal for someone who's got red hair, freckles, and never been tan in my life, but this is important, so let's jump into it. So today we had OpenAI's development day. The numbers and progress are absolutely staggering. We also had an announcement from AMD that OpenAI was ordering computing capacity, which sent the stock soaring around 25%. Sam Altman on stage today announced several key new product features that are to be launched. We'll go through 4 of them. The first is the ability to build apps and distribute them within ChatGPT. We all know the App Store, the equivalent Play Store in Android. According to research, roughly 800 million users visit the App Store each week. ChatGPT has 800 million users. Sam Altman also said it's never been easier to build, and that also relates to distribution. Something that they also mentioned today was the ability for users on ChatGPT to access their websites and products that they use. They announced partnerships with Zillow, the real estate juggernaut, with Booking.com, Expedia, Canva, and pipeline of companies to come, such as Uber, Target. This enables conversational commerce. I want to find a house in Chicago valued at less than $800,000 with 3 bedrooms close to schools. And it will link into Zillow and provide that capability for you. This is very significant because not only does it provide a new gateway for those enablers to potentially drive increased volume, but it also amplifies the importance of loyalty programs, existing customer bases that can be turbocharged through AI. We've spoken a lot about this in the past. The second development that we found particularly interesting from Sam Altman was the announcement that you can build AI agents within ChatGPT. There was an example on stage. It took about 8 minutes. I've mentioned in the past that global GDP, roughly $100 and $110 trillion, 60% of that is the services industry. Those who work in the services industry, myself included, there are tasks we don't want to do or we don't think are the best use of our time. Agents could fulfill much of that role and drive enormous productivity in a range of sectors. It's also worth noting that it was announced a new model would be better at addressing more complex tasks that require reasoning, such as legal work, financial services, etc. Some of the fastest growing companies in the world are providing this training data to businesses like OpenAI, so then they can then provide these services onwards. The disruption is going to continue. I work in the industry, I'm not immune. We're just observing the facts and trying to predict where it may go in the future for our investors. The third announcement today that was of particular significance was that of coding and the ability to make it easy for anyone to code. OpenAI cited an example of an 87-year-old man in Japan building an app through coding on ChatGPT for him and his friends. The fourth announcement that Altman referenced was that of providing API connections to OpenAI customers. So those people building products could get live updates much more quickly to amplify what they were doing. Outside those 4 developments, there was also a discussion around hardware. OpenAI hired one of Apple's most significant and well-regarded lieutenants about a year ago to develop a set of hardware. It was suggested that 15 to 20 products are in the pipeline. These may not be mobile phones, but other devices we could use, amplified by this knowledge base. The price of intelligence plummets towards zero. The OpenAI Developer Day, which was a lot to consume. We saw last week OpenAI announce its agentic commerce protocol. This enables users to, by conversation, search for products within ChatGPT. I want a pair of trainers that are red priced under $150 with good reviews. Within seconds, options come up and you can click buy via Shopify and off you go. The total retail sales market's around 30 trillion. 20% of this, around 6 trillion, is e-commerce. That's growing rapidly. We would expect this share to increase and agentic commerce to accelerate that further, as younger people who are digital natives are the largest users of these models and are very comfortable buying online. The numbers that you can get to also pretty quickly, around $1 trillion of turnover without too many excessive scenarios. There's a lot of talk about AI being a bubble. We just don't see it. The productivity uplifts, the opportunities across sectors, the improvements it's giving to many people in their lives. We think profitability for those companies adopting AI can explode. We feel passionately about this because we've rebuilt our own business using AI over the last 2 years. We can see the benefits, we can see the output, and we can see the scalability. The services sector is ripe for improvement, impact, and efficiency. We expect that to continue, and we're monitoring closely. I don't have my sun cream on. It's warm here in the UAE. There's a lot going on. We're continuing to monitor closely. What an exciting time to be alive.